So basically restart.
Yeah, we restart. Of course, we have to restart. We say hello again. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to the University of Salzburg. My name is Judith. I'm one of the staff members of the UNIGIS program here in Salzburg, and with me is Karl Atzmanstorfer.
Well, thank you, Judith. Judith is taking care of our students as the tutor, and I am the program director of the English-speaking UNIGIS careers programs here in Salzburg University. So the first slide, you should see our first slide then. It's a beautiful picture of Salzburg in wintertime. Actually, we are now in summer, so no snow here around, but a lot of geographic information systems and science all over the place. We want to introduce you to our program and like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, give you a short talk, and then we'll be very happy to answer your questions.
We talk about the content, we talk about the structure of the modules, we talk about a bit of administrative things, and what you should bring to join our program.
Perfect.
And we also talked before, when you couldn't hear us, about our keywords.
Our keywords are spatial data science, Earth observation, interactive mapping. So just to repeat quickly, we focus really on the spatial part of data and information, acquiring spatial data, managing, storing, processing, analyzing, then communicating in mapping applications. That's all about GIS. Not only the system part, but also the science part. You will really learn how to work in a scientific way, and not only how to manage or handle software. We at the Department of Geoinformatics at the University of Salzburg, we have a lot of projects, research projects going on, especially in Earth observation, Judith, for example. Everything what has to do with processing and analyzing remote sensing data, satellite images as a core part of GIS. And this all comes together in two programs in our University of Salzburg. Judith, maybe you're going to see the next.
Let's see. So first of all, let's tell you where we are. So we are situated in Salzburg, which is a city in the country of Austria, which is more or less in the middle of Europe. We've got very old universities already. The Faculty of Catholic Theology is the oldest one. And you will find us at the Faculty of Digital and Analytical Sciences, along with Artificial Intelligence and Human Interfaces, Computer Sciences and Mathematics. So this is the Department of Geoinformatics here. And this is also where you can do the online study with UNIGIS Salzburg. You see lots of different buildings here as our university faculties are spread all over our nice city. The Department of Geoinformatics, Karl. This is not only the online program,
but also residential programs. Right. So we start at the bachelor level, but that's in German language, bachelor in geography, and then we continue with our residential programs to the MSc level. We have a residential MSc for those who are interested to study in Salzburg, like in-house residential program. And we have a PhD program, which is residential too. We at the Department of Geoinformatics offer this PhD program for nearly 15 years now. Back then, we used to be one of the first PhD programs in GIS science. And then based on these two residential programs and also on the research our colleagues at the Department of Geoinformatics we have developed our UNIGIS online programs. So if you decide to study here, you will benefit from all the work done in our research areas and project, and also on the residential MC and PhD programs. We have two online programs, the UNIGIS Professional and the Master of Science in 3 languages, German, English, and Spanish language. We are around, well, we vary between 15, 22 faculty staff in Salzburg, only in the UNIGIS online programs at the Department of Geoinformatics right now. I think about 80 people doing especially research, but also some teaching.
Yeah.
We vary between 500 and 600 active students in these 3 language programs, so 2 programs in 3 languages. And so far, we have graduated more than 3,000 alumni. In 30 years, UNIGIS Salzburg. We are celebrating the 30th birthday of UNIGIS Salzburg next Thursday. In case of anybody of you is like in the vicinity of Salzburg, Austria, please pass by and have a party with us.
Join our 30 years of UNIGIS Salzburg program. Right.
Good.
So, and as you are interacting with us so nicely, I will introduce you to our little polls. We prepared 3 little questions for you as well, as we want to know who is sitting around there in the world and listening to us. So this is totally anonymously. Just click on one of the answers and we will see what's going on. So, poll in progress. Yes, how did you learn about UNIGIS? It would be very nice if you could answer this, because it's always very interesting for our advertisement and where we find our students and where to talk to them. I see that, oh wow, already more than 90% voted. So let's close the poll and I will show you the results. So I hope you can see it now. What I can see is that 58% found us via the internet, via Google search, and 42% via LinkedIn, and everything is 0%. So that's very, very interesting. So now we know where to focus. Thank you for joining it, and there will be two more polls. So not very difficult. So, okay, let's go on with the presentation. What is this study all about? First of all, this is an online study program. This means you never have to come to Salzburg. You can do it all online. Of course, we are happy if you visit us or if you come after the graduation to our ceremony. But in fact, you don't have to come for an exam. You don't have to come for a lecture, whatever. You can stay at home and study UNIGIS. It is a very flexible and safe self-paced learning. So that would mean you can learn and teach yourself whenever there is time along your schedule. So there won't be any classes where you have to be at a certain time online. We only have a minimum of online meetings, which are mandatory. So for one program, for the professional program, we have one meeting, which is the introduction and welcome meeting, where we all meet. And for the master program, we've got 3 mandatory meetings where we will meet in an online meeting. Everything else is optional, so we can meet throughout the modules, but we don't have to. You will get all the scripts, all the learning materials, the videos, the exercises, whatever you need, you will get online, and you will not be alone in these modules. So one of these modules, this is module based, so you go from one module to the next one, lasts for 8 weeks. There's always a lecturer who is supporting you, so whenever you have a question, you can talk to your peer students, the lecturer, and your tutor as well. We're having a discussion forum in every module. You can always write an email. You can have an online meeting if you want, and we have various social media channels where you can exchange with other students and with the staff members of the UNIGIS program, of course. Because studying online can be a bit lonesome, but we're really trying to connect you to the other students and to us so that you always feel you are on the right place and we want to push you forward. You will also be part of a very big network of UNIGIS programs. So there are one in Hungary and in Latin America and so on. And we also are connected to the Esri world, but also OpenGIS. So we will also have a big support on software and so on. Yeah, so we mentioned that we're having 2 programs. Karl, you wanna?
We have the UNIGIS Professional, which is a 1 to 1.5 years academic certificate. And we have the UNIGIS MSc, it's a 2 to 3 years degree as a Master of Science. UNIGIS Professional is more for those who don't want to do the scientific stuff like the master thesis. It's a very applied thing we teach you really on how to apply GIS in your everyday work. And it's not only about software in both programs, it's about concept and methods. So that's maybe the difference to other programs. We really like you to understand how GIS works, so how the concept of GIS works, how the methods works, and then how to apply them in certain software packages.
So not depending on any software, you can use any software you want with the GIS methods. And
because we want you to use the knowledge we teach you in 10, 20 years when software has evolved. But most of the time, basic concepts and methods in a way keep the same. So it's about concepts and methods in both programs. UNIGIS Professional, it's about 12 to 18 months, and the study fee right now is 6,900 euro completely. So there are no extra fees and extra costs.
All the software, all the support, all the materials.
You don't have to come to Salzburg either, so there's no travel costs or accommodation costs. And the MSc, it's about between 2 and 3 years in the study fee right now, 12,500 euros. And this is for graduates from various disciplines who have a bachelor or something equivalent that can apply for the MSc. One good thing about the master, it qualifies you for continuing on the PhD level in other universities, as both of the programs really meet the protocol of Bologna of the European Union.
Fully valid master with 120 ECTS.
Fully valid master, 120 ECTS, not a 60 ECTS master, but a 120 ECTS master, and that fully qualifies you to continue, for example, an academic career in the PhD. That you will find all this information, you have found it already, and more precise information on both programs on the website.
Yeah, right. And from October on, we're also offering a Green Egger Scholarship. So one of you could be the student who is getting 3,000 euros from our scholarship. All the details will be out in 1 or 2 weeks on our website, because we just got the donator, so it's quite fresh. But if you are willing to get supported, financially supported, you can apply for that as well. So now, what are the core contents? Now we know.
What are the core contents? The core contents are concepts and methods of GIS. We have different, the whole program, both programs are on modular based. So each module focuses on one very specific topic in about 8 weeks. We set the stage with a broad introduction to geoinformatics. As we have students from all over the world, we have students with different backgrounds, professional backgrounds. We have students of different levels of knowledge in GIS, from beginners, very beginners who haven't ever opened a GIS software package, until students who have already quite some experience. So we use this introduction to geoinformatics module to try to level our students into one more homogeneous group, teaching some stuff, projections and reference systems. And those who opt for the MSc, we're gonna teach you, or like refresh your knowledge in academic world, how to write a proper scientific text and thesis, how to do proper scientific research.
What are expecting? Yes.
That's in the UNIGIS MSc. After setting the stage, we're going to work with spatial data. It's all about working with spatial data. We start modeling data structures, we have an in-depth look into data acquisition from GPS to remote sensing,
to open data that's available,
whatever is out there, gather them, process them, and make this data ready to store and manage them in a geodatabase. So geodatabase management is an important part of our curriculum working with spatial SQL. Don't be afraid. If you don't have any previous knowledge on this, we'll take care of you and try to really address different levels of knowledge also in this topic of geodatabase. And then we do the funny stuff. For most of them, the funny stuff is analyze spatial data, generate added value from all the previous steps of data manipulation in geographic analysis. The typical stuff of spatial analysis from distance analysis, spatial interpolation, network analysis, cost surface modeling, whatever nice things are out there in the topic of GS. Spatial statistics for those who are doing the MSc. We have at least, you should have an idea how on basic patterns of how spatial data is distributed before you start analyzing them. And something who has grown over our field is the topic of developing applications. So coding, scripting, Python, R, JavaScript, all the web mapping technologies who are out there, leaflet JSON, etc. You can specialize on that. Maybe that's already the next slide. No, we have the geovisualization part. As to conclude your GS project, you for sure have to somehow communicate your results using cartography as a language. The language of geography is a language of spatial, as a spatial language. Cartography and geovisualization and OpenGIS for those who do the MSc. OpenGIS, all the open data structure, infrastructures, and all those things we need to bring the different worlds of GIS and different authorities, different nations, whatever, together to work together in distributed data infrastructures. And then when you have done with the core modules, you can continue with our elective modules, Judith.
Right, before we have another poll.
Yeah,
because we would be interested in how your expertise is already in geoinformatics. So we prepared our question, how would you assess your current expertise in geoinformatics? If you would be so kind and click on one of the answers. So because we're having a wide range of people, some just starting with GIS because they're really interested in the field of it. We're having experts as well who want to dive deep maybe in another part of geoinformatics, because normally you're not that widely taught, but you are an expert in one of the specific fields. So thanks a lot. I will stop here and show you the results. We're having 10% of listeners who have only very elementary knowledge. Half of you has got basic training already. 40% is advanced, and nobody was tough enough to do the expert.
Good.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is perfect. So there is, for all of you, a lot of materials in there for the beginners, also for the advanced ones. So it will fit for every one of you. Actually.
Judith as a tutor is really trying to bring you on a certain common level in the first module. So don't be afraid if you have not the advanced GS. Yeah, GIS professional already.
Yeah, but there's also lots of material for hungry minds as well if you're already advanced. So there's always plenty of information.
You won't get bored.
No, you won't get bored, definitely not.
Good, and then when you have passed through the core modules, you will continue with the elective modules, and that's really the area to focus on your specific topic or your specific topics of interest.
1/3 of your learnings actually can be part of your specialization that you want to go for.
And we have like 3 typical specialization areas, but that's not all you can do. You can try to make your own specialization. You choose your own electives. What we focus on is application development, Earth observation, and remote sensing and GIS applications for environment, because these are typically the most common areas, professionals area where our students work in. We have some more exotic elective modules like geomarketing and so on, but these modules, which you can see here with some additional summer schools in the remote sensing area, typically the specialization areas of our students.
Right, and when you want to know more about it and with detailed descriptions, please go to our website and open the optional modules site, and there you can see what we're offering. We're also offering optional modules in German and Spanish language, so feel free to browse around and see what.
But all of these are in English.
Yeah, right. And then let's have a look on our actual study schedule. So when you think about starting with your studies in October with us, there will be, first of all, a welcome workshop. So this is a mandatory workshop where we all meet in a 2-day workshop, 2 hours for 2 days. This is due to our students, they're coming from everywhere around the world. So we go for sure that nobody has to wake up in the middle of the night for our workshop. And this is very important because then you get to know all the other students and you can connect. We also want you to have your own social platform where you meet, where you can exchange, where you can make friends or whatever. Then you would dive into the first module, which is the introduction to GIS. And one of these modules always lasts for 8 weeks. So after these 8 weeks, you would submit the solutions to this module and go to the next one. The first year of the UNIGIS master is the same than the first year of the professional. So professional students and master students are studying along with each other here. And after the second module, you can already go for your electives. So you have a certain amount of teachings that you can elect yourself. We're offering the optional modules, but you can also do some software trainings or summer schools as well. And you can do them next to the core modules, but you could also put them after the core modules, after you have done them. So when you do the professional, you will be busy for at least 12 months. That will be really quick, but you have a 6 months free extension. So you can take up to 18 months, and then it would come with an additional fee. So 18 months are included in the. When you want to do the master, you would go beyond that. You would start during your 4th module with the mid-study workshop. This is the second time where we meet and where you get prepared for doing your master thesis. These are the first step into the direction of your own research and your own scientific work. You will then start with the academic work module, which is a very short module actually, but you can work on the assignments for 4 months, I think, because it comes next to the core modules and the workload shouldn't increase too much. In the master studies, you have 2 additional core modules, which is the spatial statistics and the OpenGIS module. And after the academic work module, you will be ready to work on your own master thesis and do another elective. At the end, you will submit your ready work, your finished, your finalized work, and then the last part, the last meeting is a master thesis defense, where we talk, or where you present your master thesis and then we discuss about it.
Which is not an exam, basically, it's a presentation of your master thesis. Many of our students have very interesting topics, and we would like them to present this thesis in a public defense on internet for everyone who's interested, for you, your friends, families, and for us, and the supervisor of your thesis.
And you can do your fully valid master within 2 years, but you have 1 year free extension as well, so you can also take a bit longer if you need to. Well, and now we mentioned it several times. We mentioned the assignments, so there are no real exams in our studies. Our exams come in form of assignments. So as soon as you enter one of the new modules, you will also get some tasks with it. Not only the learning materials, but you know from the beginning on what you have to submit at the end. So you get 5 to 7 tasks where you have to write a report, do some maps, analyze something, do some coding, whatever is asked for. You prepare all this and upload it on Moodle, which is our learning platform. Then the lecturer, which supported you throughout the module already, is giving you feedback. He's not only giving you a grade. Grades in Austria here go from 1 to 5. 1 is very good, 5 would be a fail. But he's also writing you a very detailed report, what was good and where do you have to improve something. So even the assessment of your submission will push you forward and will give you more information about the content.
Yeah, and to finish our presentation, before asking you to ask your questions in the chat, yeah, if you want to get a better idea on how our modules are structured, please have a look at our webpage. We have a demo module, which is there we publish really parts of the first module, lessons, videos, quizzes, a discussion forum. So you can really have a look on how our materials and our learning environment is designed to feel more comfortable about what to expect then in case you decide to study with UNIGIS.
Yeah, now we have got one last call for you, because we want to know where you're coming from. What is your field of expertise? Because our students, they always come from various disciplines. Many of them are geographers, but we have also IT experts. We have lots of archaeologists at the moment, surprisingly, and also from government and various disciplines, right? And I can already see in your answers that this is also a very heterogeneous group that is listening.
Which is fine.
Yeah, of course. So we've got 85% of those. Oh, perfect. Over 90. So let's, hey, all of you, thank you. 100% of answers. So let's close and I will share the results with you. So we're having 8% of geographers just like us, but we also have 8% of surveying. We have a quarter in computer sciences. 38% is biologists and close to that. And also 23% government and administration. Thank you. Very, very interesting. Thanks a lot. Good. So, yeah, and to finalize this info webinar, the dates and deadlines for you. Do you want to, or should I?
You.
All right.
I was just looking at our team picture.
Yeah, our team picture. So if you want to apply for the studies in October, please go on our website download the application form, fill in the form, send us your degrees, send us your ID, and we will check it. Then we will have an introduction interview, right, to see what are your expectations, does it all, and we give you some more information on that as well. Send the application form until September the 10th. And after the approval, after we said, well, you will be a great candidate for our GIS program, you get the invoice. Please pay the tuition fees until September the 17th, and then, yeah, the way to become a GIS expert. Right.
No, but it's very important that in this process, we really want to have some conversation with you, each of you, to really check whether your expectations are met with this program. We want really you to feel comfortable with us and the UNIGIS team you see on the picture, and really that you have the information available to make a really sound decision on whether to study with UNIGIS or not.
Right.
And in case you need more time, we're going to start again in March, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. We're always starting in October and March.
Yes.
So if you would miss one of the modules, for example, we could also be so flexible and you just take it with the next intake.
So just to close, before we're going to check the chat, the questions that were shared with you in the chat.
So yeah, post your questions in the chat. There is a question. Yes, do we accept installments, 3 installments instead of 2? For which program? Well, what we can say is that in the October intake, we accept 2 installments for the master degree and no installment for the professional, but we will change this. We will change it with next March, right? Mm-hmm. Then it will be possible to pay semester-wise. So that would mean 4 installments with the masters and 2 installments with the professional. So if you really are not able to pay at once, maybe you can wait until March when we're changing our policy in that direction, right?
Yeah. There is another question from Angela Ortiz. She asks, she's Latin American, and she's asking whether the diploma of your previous study that is admission requires and required commission document should be apostille. You have the apostille. You need to hand in original documents that can be in Spanish with, in this case, la apostille de La Haya.
This is for UNIGIS Latin America, which is also part from UNIGIS Salzburg. So please don't be confused. Yeah. This will be the Spanish program.
Hand in original documents. In case you have questions, please contact our colleagues in the UNIGIS office. We'll, with each and every one of you, get through the admission process step by step. But in general, hand in original documents in the original language.
Yeah. So Anne-Claire is asking, what is the average workload? Yes, this is a very good question. So the study is not a piece of cake, really, and you really have to have the time to do it. It a little bit depends on how advanced in GIS you are already, but you have to count with about 12 to 15 hours a week. So if you've got 15 hours a week, it will be fine. So there's nothing that you won't be able to learn. Everything will be clear, but this is really a time matter. It's not just something that goes like that, because sometimes it can be very technical coding. Some people do not like coding so much, so this could be a bit hard, but 15 hours.
It depends on your previous experiences. For example, our students who have a background in IT it won't last them too much time in the database modules. For example, it depends on your previous experience, and maybe one thing which is important in terms of your scheduling, your study time. you have these 8 weeks, and for us it does not matter when during these 8 weeks you work. So for those who have field trips of your work, or have other things to do with your families, friends, or in work, you don't have to work like every day or every week on the materials. You can really schedule the working time according to your preferences, but you should really try to be in track during the whole module and not wait until the last week to do everything. But we are flexible on that and try to really, yeah.
So there are no online classes.
Mm-hmm.
So you get all the materials and can work whenever you want, in the evening and weekends, or maybe
Yes.
you've got a fixed day in the week where you want to do your studies.
That was the question of Timon. Right. He's asking when are the classes. So there are no fixed online classes. There will be some online meetings with the module instructors.
But they're optional.
But they're optional, but there won't be any fixed online classes according to a specific schedule.
Yes, right.
This was the question of Timon.
And Kelsey wants to know if you can go on with the master after doing the professional. That's a good question as well. Yes, you can. So you can do the professional first. And when you tell us after the 3rd module, for example, that you want to go on and do the master, then we can already put you into the next workshop with the masters already, so that the ongoing after the professional is very smooth and you won't lose any time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So there's another question of Samsung about the minimum requirement of the degree to be admitted to the masters, I guess.
To the masters, yes. For the masters, you need to have a bachelor, a bachelor in a spatial field.
Or something equivalent, because we will check your admission documents. Some of our students are from countries where they don't explicitly have this bachelor type. Bachelor or equivalent, we'll check this, talk with the university, and then let you know if you apply for this. And for the UNIGIS professional,
there is just what we call in Austria the Matura. So this is the
college level,
yeah, the final exam of a higher school. Actually,
we really take care of this previous degree regarding the MSc, because this is a fully valid Master of Science and in the European Union. So you will be able to really continue with the PhD upon your academic career when the admission degree is okay. You won't have any problem with the recognition process of this MSc, and that's in your country. That's why we really have a look at your previous academic career to get sure that you have the continuous academic career, not to have problems with the recognition process, notification process of your special MSc degree in your country of origin.
So, and do you accept higher national diploma, I would say?
We have to check this.
Yeah, we have to check
each and every student
on the amount of lessons you had. So we compare it to the level here, and if it's comparable and if it's the same or even more, then we would accept it. But please just send it, and we will call you and we will tell you immediately.
Yes. Samson, this was your, please let us know with their email, because it would be like too quick to say this and that right now online without knowing your special case, Samson, to let us know about and share us your documents in case you're interested. What is the official recognition of the certificate at EU level? It's 6 ESFQ 6 level. That's the EU
of the academic certificate.
Exactly.
Right.
And the master is 7.
Yeah, right. So it's an academic certificate, but it's not a bachelor, for example. Just one step before that. So, yeah. Okay. So I think we're done. Thank you so much for joining our webinar.
Is there any other question you?
Well, if there is, please don't hesitate. Write us an email, call us, get into contact with us anyway. We will be pleased to help you. And
you have always the open doors here at Salzburg University. If you, in case you pass by on a tour to meet us, of course, and I will take you to our department. You'll be invited afterwards to the graduation ceremony here at Salzburg. It's always a nice event to get to know each other, but the rest can be managed online totally. There is another question of Hatim. Please, I want to know if it's going to be indicated in the SEEK certificate as online degree. It's not indicated there is an online degree. No. It's indicated that is continuous education, but right. It's not indicated that there is an online degree, which might help you in the recognition process of the degrees in your country of origin.
So the degree is MSc CE,
continuous education.
Continuous education, right? Okay.
We're happy to help you in advance with any further question regarding all this level of recognition in the European Union, in your country of origin. We have quite some experience already from other students, graduates who have gone through this process either in different countries all over the world. We can be happy to be in touch in this very, very important topic before you study, because we know that this topic of recognition of your degrees is very important for your professional career. So please feel free to check this with us before your studies.
For the last question, I'm just having a look.
Tony is asking if the CE printed on a diploma, and Judith is just looking for one of the latest diploma issued here.
No, we don't. We have changed to the CE system, so we don't have them yet. But yes, so the CE is going to be printed.
Yes.
This is
the official title.
Yeah, the title is MSc. What's that, Klammer?
Brackets, yeah.
Brackets CE.
Yeah, but it's 120 credits, SETS credits, the MSc, and 60 the professional, because we wanted to really meet the requisites of the Bologna Protocol in terms of this EQF levels of the European Union higher education landscape, which is quite a process, because every national, every educational ministry, every European country used to have their own regulations, and we know that it's a very important topic is that these degrees are valid for further studies or for whatever you're doing in your country. But please check everything specific with us before you get admitted to the program.
Yeah. So now full stop. We are far over time. Thank you for listening to us, and yeah, maybe we see us in October. It would be very, very nice to see some of you there, and we would be really happy.
Judith would take care of you.
I would take care that you go smoothly to the program. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Greeting from Salzburg. Sorry for this a little bit too bright background. We just got this as a new feature. And greeting from Salzburg. Happy to meet you online. And please feel free to ask us any question you like, either to the office or to this Acetuto email that Judith just shared you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Greeting from Salzburg, and take care.